James Williams and Renee Price spearheaded this organization, pulled a group of others in with them, and this morning they're going to give us a few words about the organization and what our objectives are and plans are. So we'll start with Mr. Williams.
Thank you, Dr. Parker, and good morning to everyone. It is good to see all of you and so many from our communities who are interested in this most important topic and conversation. I am James Williams. I am first vice president of the Chapel Hill Carborough NAACP, and Professor Parker made reference to the Orange County Community Remembrance Coalition, and I describe it as a diverse group representing our local Orange County communities, organizations, institutions, and government actors, formed with a view toward partnering with the Equal Justice Initiative to build local awareness and enable truthful conversations about the horrible legacy of racial terrorism and lynching in this country. Let me say at the outset that we have not yet formalized our relationship with the Equal Justice Initiative, or EJI, as it relates to this undertaking. We're in constant communication with them. There's just one additional piece of paperwork that has to be done to complete that process, and that should be done this month. Now, EJI is a nonprofit organization that is based in Montgomery. It was formed in 1989 by the acclaimed Bryan Stevenson. EJI is committed to ending mass incarceration and excessive punishment in the United States and to challenging racial and economic injustice and to protecting basic human rights, especially as it relates to the most vulnerable. Bryan Stevenson believes that in order to build the society that is fair and just and equitable in America, we must deal more truthfully with our racial past. And toward that end, in April of last year, EJI had the grand opening of the Legacy Museum and the National Museum for Peace and Justice. The National Museum for Peace and Justice houses steel monuments providing information related to the over 4,000 racial terror lynchings that occurred in this country from 1877 until 1950. There is a monument for each county in the country where such a lynching took place. There is a monument for Orange County regarding the 1898 lynching of Manly Macaulay in Orange County. There's a duplicate monument for each monument housed in the museum, and EJI is encouraging communities to engage in a process of community engagement and education related to racial terror and lynching to eventually claim that duplicate monument and have it installed in their communities. This program is a part of that process That is what OCCRC, or the Orange County Community Remembrance Coalition, is about. I think our undertaking is a sacred and solemn one. It's one that we fully embrace, and we hope that the community will join us in this effort. And I will turn it over now to County Commissioner Renee Price. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm going to be brief because my voice may disappear again. I'm so glad that all of you are here today. 400 years ago, in 1619, the first slave ship arrived in Jamestown in the colony of Virginia with 20 or so African women and men. Thus began one of the most heinous systems known to human history. For 400 years, Black people in the New World, in America, have suffered and sacrificed because of the color of our skin, because of the origin of our ancestors. And yet we have endured. Lynching and racial terror have been a sad and miserable part of our experience. Yet here we are today, 400 years later, still confronting bigotry, hate crimes, disparities, suppression, and discrimination. We are so glad that you are here today with us because we need to have the conversations. We need to talk. I believe and I hope that we can uncover the truth, acknowledge those that have been victims of injustice, and break down the barriers between us and work towards reconciliation, equality, equity, justice, and peace. That's about all I'm going to say today because this voice has only been active for about 2 hours. But I do want to acknowledge other elected officials. I know Michael Parker is here from Chapel Hill. Raise your hand. I know you're out there somewhere. There you are. Damon Siles from Carborough. Jen Weaver from Hillsborough. And a good friend of, and there is Alan Buoyancy from Chapel Hill. Did I miss anyone else? Where are they? Hillary Mackenzie and Sarah Smiley from the Orange County School Board. Earl McKee and Sally Green from the Board of County Commissioners would be here if they could, but they had other obligations. And I've got to also mention Barry Jacobs, who's been forever on the Board of County Commissioners. He's only been off for a few months, and so he's here also. And also our wonderful staff people. Again, thank you to Terry Colville. We've also got Lori Policelli from the Visitors Bureau here. And did I miss anyone? And just thank you for all of our friends that are here today. Thank you.